week we asked for your input as to what our gimmick was and what our book is about.
And you guys certainly came through with many suggestions.
And the problem was, honestly, like, they were, like, too good, most of them. It was a really great treasure trove of prompts. People were, like, giving me, like, ideas, and I was like, go write this now!
Go write this for me now! You do it and publish it, and I'll read it.
And I will read it, and I will, like, pimp you, and you can be like, yeah, I wrote this prompt on 50 Shades of Green, and then I did it, and it was, like, actually good, and of course nobody read it because it was worthwhile. This one's from V. Voltaire. Where his idea, or her, is that our young heroine has always been displeased with her oddly pale skin and her dark eyes. So strange! But then one day at her typical middle-class high school, she notices that the teachers are all going around with mind slugs, and no one else seems to notice. See, in this one, she's special because she can see the mind slugs, and the good guy alien love interests.
It's like, why can you see the love slugs?
Yeah,
like,
he's like, you're special. Here's one from Sean that if we do go with Twilight with robots, the ethnic third wheel has to be the robot tech support guy. He works on the robot love interest. I just like this one from Lucas because our young insecure protagonist's name is Amora. It can also be Luna.
A suggestion that we should actually make the guy evil. And while that would be a twist, that's not how these books work.
Yeah.
There's too much of a twist by doing that. You see, we really can't have it's gotta be...
Yeah, there's literally no twist in it.
There's no twist.
The only twist is that, oh my god, you're a witch, alien, vampire, werewolf?
Yeah.
That's the twist.
Having to go again with Tracy Pennington's comment of that you need to make your alien sex bots like the Borg Queen, that you show him being horrible but present him as wonderful and he wants to take over a random girl's life for her own protection. But that's okay because she doesn't think that her liberty, her mind, or her free will are worth anything. That's a twist that works because it's exactly what happens.
That's exactly what happens.
So that's quite perfect, actually.
That's quite perfect.
This one I like, where the alien is some kind of zoologist. His species is at war with another Earth is seen as some kind of nature preserve that's in danger of being contaminated. So there's a little prime directive going on in there.
Little bestial.
Yeah, a little bestial.
By far the one that got the most likes, and that was what I probably liked the most, came from Christopher Emmett. And it's about our average, everyday, pale heroine who's just like you, average, everyday female reader, falls in love with a dashingly androgynous alien from beyond the stars. But in a twist, the alien species excretes a mind-controlling brainworm during sexual intercourse. Usually when the aliens sex each other, they both have total control over each other's faculties, but between a human and an alien, it results in the alien's complete domination of the human's brain. And he doesn't want to put her through that because he respects her autonomy.
So you gotta save it for never.
Yeah, because he's like, no, I don't want to put you through that. She's like, no, I want it. So we have like some interesting qualms about autonomy and how she really doesn't value hers. So that would be interesting. It goes on to be like he masturbates and creates a sentient brain slug that becomes the ethnic third wheel. We can't do that because boys don't masturbate.
Yeah.
I really
love
like,
interests.
Yeah.
Don't. What are you talking about? They take long, moody walks in the woods.
Samantha Joe Dyer suggests that there be a Men in Black's trying to take my boyfriend away angle.
Would the third wheel then be a member of the Men in Black then?
That would be interesting. Oh, if we wanted to go with the Mantis Man, the gimmick is that if they have sex, she'll turn into a monster and eat him. Or it's kind of reversed, like he'll do that to her. Double danger, you know, it's got like that lion lamb thing.
Well, because, I mean, that's so the vampire thing, like, he doesn't want to hurt her, he doesn't want to eat her.
Yeah.
But she's just so damn delicious smelling.
Lady.
Lady flesh.
Dan suggested 50 Sides of Grey, based off of that old book Flatland, where it's an interdimensional love story. So the thing, I think by far the most common one we got was based on that one little throwaway line you said on the first take.
And we want to go on a journey of self-discovery in the Lovecraftian sense. This was not my attempt to seed anything in your heads or anything like that, or was it?
But far and away the most requested one was Twilight with Hulu. There's 6
Oh no,
Hulu.
sexy Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He saved
There
the
he
world. This was my initial appeal to this idea with Lovecraftian Twilight. And it's basically that a lot of the outrage poured over the Twilight series is based on people being mad that Stephanie Meyer got the lore so wrong. And so with Lovecraft...
Vampires don't sparkle!
So with the Lovecraft, you find like a lot of the appeal to it is, you know, he creates this incredibly vast nihilistic universe with these beings that just shine a spotlight on the sheer smallness and inconsequential nature of human existence.
Smaller than ants.
Yeah, we are just so tiny in the great expanse of existence, and then we could just write this book that just shits all over that. And then we teach the great old ones about love.
The more we thought about it, the more everything within me as a human being just wanted to go to the sandbox of H.P. Lovecraft and just start kicking shit around. Throw my cat in there and go, no, leave a present.
Leave a present. Oh, just think of the outrage.
The delicious outrage.
No, I mean, it's just like, you see that a lot in Alien, like Abyss and the remake of, especially of The Day the Earth Stood Still, where it's like, you know, like the aliens show up and we teach them about our value because we love.
Yes, like that's the only reason they don't destroy us, because we love.
And we teach them to love.
And we have love, which means we try. Then you think about the logic behind it and you're like, really? That's the only thing saving us, our love?
Mm-hmm.
We love.
That's all we got, man.
It's all we
That's
have
all we
on this
got.
fucking planet
So,
of ours.
like, you know, someone, you know, whips out that Necronomicon and, like, the great old ones are in high school for some reason.
Yeah. But mind you, the Elder Gods could have been aliens who came to Earth. It could be that they came and they were just like, woo, stop it, grounds, kill them all.
Well, I mean,
isn't this fun to drive them mad?
Great
Can we
old
like
one.
bring in like that Robert Frost poem of like fire and ice? Like could that be our attempt to making it deep and profound by including Robert Frost poetry?
No, alright. You know what? You want to see how this dumb shit begins?
Alright. Break it out.
Fucking Genesis.
Genesis? What is
But
that?
the tree of knowledge and good of evil, thou shalt not eat it, for that day thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. That's why there's an apple on the cover of this.
Huh.
It's the dumbest shit, because it's like she learns about, like, we're equating learning about vampires with the fall of man. It's just like the dumb, whatever. Fuck you, Stephanie Meyer. Another interesting element to this genre, and you see it in Beautiful Creatures too. You know, it'd be like, no, you humans got it wrong. It was this thing. No, we're not witches. We're casters. No, we don't explode in the sun. We're sparkly. So it's like with the great old ones, it's like, no, we're not hundreds of meters tall octopus man. That was an image I put in your head, or this guy's head, and drove him insane. I'm actually really hot.
Yeah. He was a baby Elder God.
Yeah, he's only like 5 million.
And then they went to sleep for, you know, sleep and dreaming. But
yeah, well,
he's like the hasty ant.
Yeah, he's quick feet.
He's quick feet. He once interrupted an Elder God before he finished his sentence.
Yeah, it's like we were afraid of them because we don't understand them. So we narrow it down. Are we gonna stick with the traditional Roswell alien boyfriend, or Cthulhu Lovecraft shit all over everything that people hold sacred?
But then we get to shoehorn in a plot of having to save the world.
Yeah, they have to save the world. And if we do Lovecraft, what contrived nonsense do we come up with to justify why the young, sexy, great old one is in high school?
I think the third wheel should read from the book that summons them, but entrapping them within human form.
Yeah, we were also thinking, because like originally the Necronomicon was
family heirloom or something.
Yeah, it was an heirloom by the mad Arab.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the ethnic third wheel has the Necronomicon.
Like made its way from Damascus into India. Yeah. It could be like the black flame handle of Hocus Pocus. Yeah. When he reads out of it on a dare. Like
and brings about the end of the world. But the end of the world is so sexy. But it's so sexy. It's so sexy.
Guys, we're getting really excited about the Lovecraft.
He's like, if if you see me, you'll go mad. She's like, I won't. And then somehow she does, and she doesn't go mad. She's like,
You're beautiful.
All those tentacles. Unless there's a great public outcry, we're gonna go with
Guys,
Eldritch Abomination.
He's wearing a fucking kilt and he has a sword. Come on, guys. You know in your soul you want this.
He saves the world so he can destroy it. So in the event that we do go with this as our premise, we need to figure out our plot. So let's start having discussions on plot. What contrived nonsense gets our Eldritch Abomination into high school in the first place?
Or why does our main love interest, what makes her so important to the end of the world or to preventing it? And how does the third wheel enter into it? Mr. Family Heirloom Indian.
Yeah, he's got the Necronomicon. But how does that play in? Is it like the Black Flame Candle?
I kind of wanted to be a mistake.
He read on it from the dare, and the next day there's this sexy new kid in the school. And why is this Eldritch Abomination A, sexy, B, in high school?
I was thinking sexy college, but because then we can have booze.
Yeah, we're like really incorporating this booze element. If you're wondering where this comes from, it's 50 Shades of Grey. They drink a lot.
She drinks so much alcohol, it explains all her terrible life choices.
Send your responses, ideas, and of course wall things. Our woefully bereft wall needs more things on it. Send us your ideas and wall things and words of support, condemnations, assumptions that we don't know shit about BDSM.
Yeah.
Whatever. At Shay Apocalypse on Twitter. You can also follow Sexy Alien Book because I retweet funny things there. And of course, we do read comments where we find them. If you're afraid of the Facebook, you can use Twitter. Otherwise, leave them on shayapocalypse.com, which is where our most interesting conversations have developed so far. And also on our Blit page at 50shadesofgreen.lib.tv.
Next week, we will be focusing on your suggestions of what you've thrown at us for plot. But mostly, we have to figure out who are our characters.
Why is our hollow shell of a lady protagonist special to them?
Why is our third wheel the third wheel?
Because he's not white.
Because he's not white.
And how do we fill out the rest of our cast of paper-thin characters that do not matter?
Should our Cthulhu have like a bunch of other Elder God family members?
Yeah, I'm gonna have like a Carlisle
and an Alice.
There's a nice one, and then there's like a bitch that hates her.
Yeah.
And they really resent the fact that they all have to take human form when she's around. Because, you know, they're like, if we don't, you'll just go mad with your tiny little brain. You can be a dumb and abusive at the same time. Who knew? You can be both.